Hi viewers, so today we are going to um, see the software Tableau Public. How does it work and how do we create more visually appealing um, data representations using Tableau Public. So let's slowly wet ourselves with basic information, then slowly we'll just get on with how to do that one. So first, this is the base screen of Tableau Public. So here you can just look at what are the different types of files that I can access through Tableau. Microsoft Excel, text file, JSON file, access file is possible, PDF, spatial and statistical file. The outputs of SPSS file can also be used as an input file for these Tableau representations. So even when you're working on your PhD thesis, if at all you feel you have to have visually appealing data representations, then possibly you can input the .sav file into this Tableau. Then you can work on the tab or the data which is wanted. You have to work on with the different types of charts which is available in the Tableau. So now let's get on with Microsoft Excel. First, click on this Microsoft Excel tab and it will show you the recent Excel files which you have it. So now I have these many files where it is readily available for me. So I'll click on this sample superstore data sheet. So when I click on this data and I click open to it, it takes few seconds for the Tableau to process the sheet and it will show you the different inbuilt sheets in that Excel file. So once that Excel file is extracted, Tableau, it will show you to this screen. It will pop up to this screen. This we call it as book 1. So this is the data source page. So in this page there are 3 sheets which are available here. So orders, people and return. So I click on a returns column. So here you can just see in returns what are the different returns of sales that has happened in one particular year of period. So that has been mentioned here. 2 fields are there, 296 rows. So now let's see orders. So when I double click on that orders sheet, it will start processing the request and it will show you what are the different columns that are available and how many rows are available. So here you can look at it. There are more than 100 rows and here you can see the order ID, order date, shipping customer. So who are the different customer ID. So these are the information which are readily available here. So I can go on to sheet 1, which we call it as a worksheet. So click on this sheet 1. It will start processing the sheet 1 where all your columns are being shifted to the left hand side of the Tableau's measures column. So here I call this as list of measures and list of dimensions. So when I create a visual impact of this information, I need to know which one has to be in the column of measures and which one has to be in the dimensions. So dimension, for example, when I take sales data, so I can drag sales data onto the sheet and sale of the different category of products. So category can be coming under your dimensions column and your measures could be a sale. So I am trying to measure the sales of different categories so that it will be represented in the pictorial form. So now let's slowly start drawing the effects here. Okay, now when I drag this country column onto the graph, so what I do is I click on country, I drag it onto the sheet. When I drag it onto the sheet, here the country is I think it's represented US. Once after you drag it, it will start computing and the layout will be represented here. So now once you look at it, yes, so now US is marked. So the country column which I dragged is the representation of US, different states of US. So instead of dragging country here, if I drag the country to colors, then possibly what could happen is and change this automatic to map. See, now it has been marked on to country US and Canada. So two countries are part of this sales information, and US is again the top priority. And here what I do is I drag on the region. So when I drag region to the worksheet again, that is on to the states, it will show you the different regions that are selected for the country. Next, I drag on to the different states. So click state, drag on to the worksheet. Now the whole country is selected. Once after dragging the state icon onto the country, now state wise bifurcation you can see it. Right? You can see the state wise: North Dakota, Wyoming, New Mexico, Arkansas, so Ohio, Iowa, Montana, Oregon. So all these are the different states of US, New York, Pennsylvania. So all these United States, different states can be represented here. But I need to see the state's name. So to do that, click states and drag on to the label. So when I drop it onto the label of each state will be clearly picturized here. I want to change the colors of different states, so that can also be done by dragging state onto the color module. So when you mark shelves, when you drag onto the colors, each state will be represented in different colors. Now I wanted to show which state is having the more sale of one particular category. So generally I do drag sales to states. Again, drag sales to the label. So now I can see each state has been dragged on, and each state I can see the different sales data. So this we call it as a heat map representation of sheet. So each state, how much is the sales. So now what I can do is so when I remove this, all the data of the states are available in the single color. So now when I take sales and I put it on the colors, now you can see few states are darkened and few states are very light and few states are in the medium color zone. So this represents the movement of sale. You can see lighter the color, lesser the sales, and brighter the color, higher the sales. So that's a representation of the color wise visual effects can be created on the Tableau, where each color represents the quantum of sale that has happened throughout. So this is the ease of producing different visually appealing data sheets onto the Tableau screen. So all you need is create one Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet can be drawn forward for inputs. Thank you all.